All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a literal step-by-step roadmap to escaping the 9-to-5 grind and building some serious wealth in your 20s. Look, if you're tired of that whole middle-class trap, just waiting around for retirement to finally feel secure, you're going to want to pay close attention. We're unpacking the exact actionable strategies to generate a massive net worth from absolutely zero. No fluff, just the facts. Let's get into it.
So, let's set our target. According to the source data, 1.52 crore. That is the exact net worth required to officially break into the top 1% of the wealthiest individuals in India. I know, it sounds like a totally mythical number, right? But today, we're going to reverse engineer it so it actually makes sense.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our clear visual roadmap that will guide us from mindset straight through to execution. We'll be hitting 1. Choosing the fast lane. 2. Mapping your millionaire math. 3. Skills and daily execution. 4. The wealth generation formula. And finally, 5. Protecting and growing wealth.
All right, starting with phase 1, choosing the fast lane. This is all about changing the fundamental way we think about earning money. And this brilliantly illustrates the stark difference between the two paths. Most of us are taught the slow lane. You work a 9-to-5 job, save maybe 10% of your salary, and wait 30 or 40 years to finally become rich when you're older. But the fast lane, that's a whole different ballgame. It's about creating a scalable business or a high-impact hustle in your 20s. It exponentially accelerates your earning potential, rather than just sitting around waiting for a tiny annual raise.
Now, the source material really emphasizes this point. Look at these global statistics. A staggering 75% of global wealth creators are entrepreneurs, and another 15% are investors. The harsh truth here, getting rich young without starting a business or a scalable side hustle is statistically nearly impossible. A traditional job just doesn't give you the capital you need. Now, you don't have to quit your day job today, but starting a profitable venture on the side, that's totally non-negotiable.
Moving into the second phase, mapping your millionaire math. Because let's be real, a goal without the math is just a fantasy. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the creator uses reverse engineering to demystify this massive, scary 1 crore target. They break it down into highly achievable, actionable steps. For instance, you could find 9 clients willing to pay you 9 lakhs each. Or maybe 90 clients paying 1 lakh each. Or, hey, sell a 9,000 rupee product to 900 people. Every wealthy person does this. They break their massive goals down into these small, daily bites. It stops being this impossible dream and just becomes a simple math equation.
Okay, moving right along to phase 3, skills and daily execution. Because at the end of the day, wealth is simply a byproduct of delivering value.
This source highlights this classic Benjamin Franklin quote, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." And this is the core argument here. It is absolutely crucial. Before you can expect to earn a high-level income, you have to invest heavily in self-education. You got to invest in your own mind. Money follows value, right? And value is created through a combination of knowledge and execution. If you want to solve expensive problems for people, you have to educate yourself to become the person who can actually solve them. So, how do we do that? Well, to bypass a traditional, super expensive degree, the creator recommends dedicating just 6 months to mastering one high-demand skill. Things like video editing, email marketing, copywriting, affiliate marketing, or YouTube content creation. Income comes from delivering value. By mastering literally just one of these, you equip yourself to solve real problems that businesses and audiences will actually open their wallets and pay you for.
But look, having the skill isn't enough. You actually have to put in the reps. Wealthy individuals operate on an 80-20 rule, focusing purely on what moves the needle. They spend 80% of their working hours on high-impact tasks that directly generate wealth or move them closer to that 1 core goal. The busy work? That's left for the remaining 20%. Now, it takes immense discipline to avoid procrastination and execute on this every single day. Neutrally speaking, this is exactly why specialized training and coaching programs are often utilized by builders to help build this exact daily discipline and keep them from giving up.
Let's shift our focus now to phase 4, the wealth generation formula. This is what the source says must happen the exact moment your hustle actually starts making money. So the crucial point is this golden rule right here. Live like you are poor. I know, it sounds totally counterintuitive when your goal is to be rich, right? But the ultimate middle-class trap is lifestyle inflation. The moment extra cash arrives, our instant instinct is to go buy a flashy new car on EMI or book a crazy luxury vacation because, hey, we deserve it. You have to resist that urge. The longer you live like you're poor when you actually don't have to, the richer you ultimately become.
Let's contrast how the middle class and the wealthy handled our cash flow. In the poor cash flow model, income comes in and flows straight out the door into expenses and liabilities. We're talking the newest phone on a payment plan or racking up credit card debt. But the rich cash flow model is completely flipped. The wealthy keep their expenses incredibly low and they funnel their income straight into assets, stuff like stocks, real estate, or reinvesting right back into their business. Those assets then become a machine, generating even more money for them literally while they sleep.
To force this rich cash flow model into existence, there is a strict, non-negotiable rule the creator highlights. You must automatically move a minimum of 20% of all your income directly into an investment account. No exceptions. Now, at first, it might feel like a tiny amount, but through the sheer magic of compounding, this automatic habit physically builds your financial freedom over time.
Finally, we arrive at Phase 5, protecting and growing wealth. Because, as the source warns us, getting rich is one thing, but staying rich is a completely different skill set.
True billionaires construct an unbreakable fortress around their wealth using these 4 steps. First, they diversify. They never leave all their money sitting in one place. They create multiple income streams. Second, they aggressively reinvest a large chunk of their profits right back into growth. Third, they protect what they have through proper insurance, solid legal structures, and smart tax planning. And fourth, they build a legacy mindset, meaning they stop focusing just on their own lifetime and start building generational wealth for the future. Earning money is one skill, sure, and saving is another, but growing and protecting it, that is the ultimate master skill.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a really powerful closing analogy from the source, the Chinese bamboo tree. It's all about the absolute necessity of patience and never quitting. When you plant it, you water it and make sure it gets sunlight every single day. But for the first 4 years, you see absolutely zero visible growth above the soil. Nothing. It looks completely dead. Honestly, most people would quit. But then, in the 5th year, within just a few weeks, it explodes to 90 feet tall. The growth was happening underground that entire time, building this massive, complex root system required to support that sudden exponential growth.
Building wealth follows that exact same timeline. At the beginning, the results of your daily hustle, your 80-20 execution, and that 20% savings rule, it's going to seem slow, maybe even completely invisible. You are going to want to quit. But the only difference between the wealthy and those trapped in the middle class is that the winners never quit during the invisible years. So I leave you with this question to really think about. As you start applying this playbook today, will you have the patience to survive the years of invisible growth to finally see your 1 crore reality? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I truly hope this roadmap empowers you to take action right now.